when you are a vice chair, what activity? Do you get to vote on anything? Do you get to have any measures? What do you get to
For
decide?
YPN?
Yeah.
Well, we have a forum that we host, and we have why am I forgetting the name? We have 2 events that we put on, so we get to create those events.
Oh, fun.
We have a panel, and I'm actually going to be on the panel in Anaheim.
Yay!
We have a panel for overcoming adversity and what's your next move. And so we're going to have 4 people on the panel talking about something traumatic that happened in their lives and how they moved on from it.
Yeah.
One of them is Aubrey Prius. He's from Paradise. He's basically the Connie of Paradise, and they were flattened by that fire. So he's going to be talking about how they're moving on, and I'll share my story. And
are you going to
we'll
share your story
there.
right now?
I sure can.
Yes, please.
In 2014, I was actually showing a property. I was in between showings, and I got a call, and my friend who lives next to my in-laws at the time said, "Hey, something's going on." And I said, "No, nothing's going on. My in-laws are like the Cleavers. They don't do anything." "You're wrong." She said, "There's fire and ambulance." And I said, "No way. Let me just call and make sure." So I sent my husband over there, and long story short, my mother-in-law took her own life.
Your mother-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ouch.
So that's another reason why the whole mental health thing is so important, because she was, like I said, I always joked that they were the Leave It to Beaver family. The 4 of them, super happy, never. I have the loud, crazy family. He didn't, and so it was just a shock to all of us. But like, I had a home inspection the next day, and I had open escrows, and so I'm just going to talk about there comes a point where things don't matter. I had to just say, "Here, broker," at the time, "you do it for a week or so." Like, I can't. I've got bigger things to deal with.
Yeah.
And after a lot of therapy and support groups, we're doing okay.
Yeah. There is a recovery period, isn't there?
Recovery. But it also shed some light on the fact that, like, that's a bad day. Like, I know what it's like to have a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get a crappy appraisal, or an escrow falls out, or I don't, I see that
It's not the end of the
friend
world
bought
with
with
those
so,
things.
it kind of opened my eyes, because I am an emotional person.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad day if it's not that day.
Yeah.
So
It helps you prioritize, doesn't it?
definitely.
Gosh, good for you. I'm so glad you're going to speak about it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people in the industry that struggle and travel with the same thing. And I always say, in my parents' generation, even a little bit of my own, we were taught that it would be shameful to expose those things. And it was shameful to speak about them. So if you had those weaknesses or anything, you didn't tell people.
No.
You didn't. You didn't even tell the church.
Yeah.
It was all about the persona and the show that you're putting on. And so, yeah, it's just crazy. Shame is a powerful thing. Embarrassment, people pleasing. Good for you. I hope you really help people through that.
I hope so too. I was at a YPN event, I believe that year or the next year, and somebody got up and spoke on her mom doing the same thing. And I emailed her afterwards, and I was like, "Thank you so much," because I just went through that, and I don't know where I'm going from here, but I needed to hear your story. So I told the girl who's setting up the panel, I said, if I can do that for one person in the crowd, it's worth it.
It totally is, but you're going to change a whole bunch of people's lives.
I hope so.
Yeah, so tell the whole story in detail of how you got to the place you are today.
I will.
Because that's powerful, and you're a powerful woman for doing that.
Yeah.
How brave.
Thank you.
How
That's
brave.
incredible. And I think that you'll find a lot of healing after that event as well.
Definitely.
Because there's something beautiful that happens when you allow yourself to be vulnerable and share that story, and then you get that feedback of love back from people, and it really does bring a lot of healing to it. So it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. You are a big deal.
Did it without a tear too.
I know, you did so good. I was like,
You
okay.
made for this.
This is all hurting in my throat and stuff, like it was going to come out. I'm like, okay, no, you can't cry. Yeah. It's crazy. Life takes us through this little journey, and then we grow up.
Oh, it's
and then
insane.
we share with the kids out there. Not that you're old enough to do that yet, but.